computer. All right, awesome. So we're going to talk in the next like 30, 40 minutes about the importance of Emerald and hitting Emerald rank and why we stress it so much, guys. Because at the end of the day, when you are a coach and you sign up, you're a coach. It's wonderful. You're an active coach. However, you haven't fully expanded and opened your business. And it's not until you get to Emerald rank, which is where you have that first promotion that you really, you really take your business to the next level and you really open up your business for its full potential, not its full potential, but its first major potential. So first of all, just bare bones, bare basics, right? How do you earn Emerald? So when you hear us talking about this, it's basically you plus 2 coaches under you. So it's you as an active coach. And remember, in order to be active, and we'll talk a little bit about this in here, in order to be active, you must have 50 personal volume points. And every product that we have has volume associated with it. And if you guys are ever curious as to what the volume points are for things, you can actually look in FAQ. There's actually a big kind of like product guide of like everything that Beachbody offers, and they have all the points. Also, if you guys use BB Links, the app, anytime you're researching something or you look at a product, it's in there. It tells you what the PV is, the personal volume. It tells you what the volume points are. So if you're ever curious. So basically it's you as an active coach with 2 other active coaches under you on your left and on your right leg. And so that's the key thing. And I will tell you that understanding placement can take time. So the more that you hear it, the more that you kind of start like trying to understand placement and understand how we build, the faster you'll understand it. And I always tell people that it takes a little bit of time for some people, and it's not until like you are fully actively building and you understand why we place certain people on certain sides, because it'll like actually make you either go diamond or star diamond, that you're like, oh, I finally get this. And it's because it actually like you're benefiting it from it in that very moment. So just know that it's you plus 2 coaches under you that you personally sponsor. And that's important too, because sometimes you're going to see coaches under you that you didn't place there. And it's because they were placed on your upline. They were placed by your upline. I'm sorry. So what are the benefits? So we're going to talk about this. And so it's basically your first rank advancement and promotion. It's public recognition because we recognize you, we celebrate you, and it helps you build business confidence. And it's a sense of accomplishment right away. It's super easy, guys. It's you plus 2 people. And it's all about building momentum on your team. I always tell people, even when I think about like hitting diamond, like I'm just focus on hitting Emerald over and over and over again. Just focus on I'm finding 2 coaches. And then when you get there, we'll celebrate 2 new coaches. And then I'm going to say, okay, now go find 2 more coaches. And then we just take it little baby steps at a time, and just take it in little chunks, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, when you build a house, you don't just like take it from the drawing and then like the house is created in front of you. No, right? You build it brick by brick. And so if you're someone that you can kind of get overwhelmed with the many, many details, just take it in little bite-sized chunks and just say, you know what? My focus is to find 2 coaches right now. And then we're going to celebrate, and I'm going to, I'll talk to my sponsor coach to make sure I place them right. And then I'm going to find my next 2 coaches. And then you're going to do that, and we're going to find it again. We're just going to keep doing that over and over and over again. My goal is that we have just so many people hitting Emerald all the time. And it's just like a thing that just keeps going and going and going and going. Next thing you know, you'll be diamond. And you'll be like, oh my God, I'm only 1 person away from diamond. I'll be like, yes, you're only 1 person away from diamond. So anyway, so it's building momentum on your team. Also, it unlocks the potential. So when you get to Emerald, it allows you the ability to start banking team cycle bonuses. And we'll chat a little bit about this. When I do my Emerald call, you may have been on other Emerald calls, I talk a little bit about volume, just because, again, the more you hear about it, the better that you can start learning about it. So it unlocks team cycle bonuses, and you start storing volume in what we call your piggy banks. And I say piggy banks, and the idea is that your left leg and your right leg, you think of them as like little mini banks. And so you'll start storing the volume. It also, when you hit Emerald, it also allows you to qualify for free leads. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. And that's when you're Emerald, that's when you can really start tapping into the residual income growth. So what are free leads? So free leads are customers who enroll with Beachbody without going through a coach. So Beachbody, guys, made an agreement with the coaching network and told us that anytime someone buys a product from them without going through a coach, they'll make sure that they are assigned a Beachbody coach. The way that Beachbody assigns those coaches has to do with our Success Club points. So when you hit Success Club 5, you can get up to five free leads. It doesn't mean you're going to get all 5. Maybe one month you might get 1, another month you might get 2. But the idea is that it's someone who went to beachbody.com, bought 21 Day Fix, and then that's it. So the Beachbody assigned them to you as your coach. What happens is that Beachbody took that initial commission, so they got the first order, but any order that that person does after, you get the commission. So that's a nice little bonus. And so you understand, so like any future orders, you will get 25% commission, okay? And so that's what we call a customer lead. You may also see sometimes something called a Shakeology lead. When you get Success Club 10, you can tap into the opportunity to get Shakeology leads. Those are a little bit different because, and what's nice about those is that those are people who go to Shakeology, maybe they look up superfood shake or shake for probiotics or meal replacement shakes, and they come across Shakeology and they decide to order off the website. They don't go through a coach. So Beachbody is like, okay, we're gonna assign you a coach. And what's nice is that Beachbody will give you that initial commission. So that person who goes on and buys that Shakeology off the website, you will get that 25%. Nice. Oh, make sure everybody's muted. Oh, someone is not muted. Let me see. Or maybe everybody is now. Yep, everybody is now. Perfect. Okay. So you will get that commission. Okay. So that's the difference. Okay. So that's a Shakeology lead versus a customer lead. You guys understand? So Shakeology lead is someone who goes to Shakeology.com, orders Shakeology. You will get the 25% commission on that first. Okay. Thanks, Kate. You will get the first commission on that Shakeology, and then a customer lead, you'll get it on a later order. All right, so also when you hit Emerald, you unlock the earning potential. So in the beginning, guys, when you are simply a coach, you only get commission based on what you sell, right? So you only get, every single time you sell something, you get 25% commission. It's limiting, and it's limiting only because it's, you guys see it can be challenging and it can take a lot, it's challenging sometimes to find people and to work with people and to find people who are ready to order right now, all the time, or to, so it's going to be hard to make like a 6-figure income simply just on retail alone. You would need to sell a whole lot of challenge packs, and a whole lot of product. And that is like way too much, and you're going to burn yourself out, and it's just not going to be the most effective way. So the short term is the retail commission, the subscription commissions, which are great ways to earn. The subscription commission, guys, is the Beachbody On Demand. So Beachbody On Demand, you guys all know we get 40% commission off of Beachbody On Demand, which is really awesome because anyone who is getting the annual Beachbody On Demand, I don't know if you guys have ever done the math, but like $99 times 40%, that's almost $40, right? So that's a commission you get. If you have, let's say over time you build and you get 500 customers on Beachbody On Demand, maybe over a couple years, you steadily are adding people, maybe over 5 years, just on Beachbody On Demand alone, if you have 500 customers, that's almost $20,000 in just residual income, just coming from Beachbody On Demand alone. And so again, there's a lot of great potential in terms of just the compound effect of just adding customers and having those customers who are on Beachbody On Demand. And then also the fast start bonuses, that's when you sign up 5 coaches within, I believe it's a 2-week period, they give you $100. But that's the earning potential in the beginning. In the long term, which is why you guys want to go Emerald, is team cycle bonus, which again, that's coming from what the team produces, matching bonus, which is where anybody who earns a team cycle bonus in your that you personally sponsored, so you get 10% of their team cycle bonus. So do you get the bonus for BOD from leads? So yes, so if someone signs up with Beachbody On Demand and you get that first order, the first order will go to Beachbody, the annual will go to you when it comes to the commission. So that's nice too. And they'll be assigned to you. So very good question. So the team cycle bonus, matching bonus, and then leadership quarterly bonuses are all things that you can start tapping into once you are an Emerald and above. So Emerald is a decision. So like I said, I went Emerald the first week because I signed up my mom and my husband. And so, you know, it's one on the right and one on the left. And we definitely always encourage you to have a controlled account, which we always say it's either a spouse, a sibling, or a parent. And you guys have all heard this. If this is the first time you're hearing this, and the idea is that think of this a controlled account as equivalent to a real estate investment. And what I mean by this is you want to have someone who is at the top of your organization. It is the prime real estate. It is the lakefront home. It is the like sunset lot. It is like the prime location. You want them at the top of your organization that you can control. And then the cool thing is that you'll sponsor them with a challenge pack and you earn both Success Club points. So you'll get Success Club 2 and you'll get your commission. So you'll get 25% back in, you know, when you go ahead and sell that challenge pack. So one thing to keep in mind when it comes to going Emerald and having a spouse or parent or sibling, you know, be that controlled account. And like, let's say, for example, you want to be the one to fund that. You as a person can have 2 other accounts that you can use your credit card for, but that's it, no more than 2. And they need to be either a spouse or a parent or a sibling or a child. So, because some people have children who are 18 years or older. So just keep that in mind. Like for me, for example, there was one point where my dad was a coach. I paid for my dad's business fee, and I also paid for the products that I got underneath my dad with my credit card. And that was fine because he's my parent, he's my father, and so it was fine with Beachbody. So just be mindful of that. You can only do that with 2 other accounts if you want to. You don't have to do it, but I'm just letting you know the rules on that. So again, Emerald is a decision. So this is what I want to show you. So what you're looking at here is you're looking at how we build. We have a left leg and we have a right leg, okay? And so what you're seeing here is that this is you. So let's say this is you at the top, and here's your left leg and here's your right leg. So this one right here, this pink one, represents your spouse. So let's say, for example, you decide to sign up your spouse tonight, tomorrow. Your spouse will be at the top of your specific organization that you personally sponsor. So that's great because let's say I come in and I place a coach, and let's say this is my coach, and then that coach takes off, and you can see she starts building like crazy. She has a left leg, a right leg. What's nice is that your spouse will benefit from that volume. All of that volume that person contributed, your spouse is going to benefit from it, plus you. Now, if you wait, you can see if you wait too long, little by little, every day we're adding people to our team, guys. And so little by little, if you wait too long, what ends up happening is that your coach will be placed, or that controlled account will be placed, but there may be other coaches that have signed up in that interim, you know, that have come into our team. And like, let's say one of them takes off, you would have, you know, it's lost potential, you know, in terms of, and so I like looking at this graph because it shows you how, like, if you wait, all of this lost potential is all volume that you're losing that's not coming through into your spouse plus you. So just bear that in mind. And we build like a Christmas tree. And so I think that helps because some people used to think that we built horizontally. So that's why, like, for example, you know, if you're here and I need to place my next coach and I want to place that next coach on my left leg, I have to place that coach under you. And so because of how we build down. And so I can't, you know, I don't place them next to you, I place them under you. And so you're benefiting from my traction, you're benefiting from my momentum, because if they're, you know, they're producing volume, you're going to see that volume. So just bear that in mind. So I want to show you, for me, in the, you know, in terms of the benefits of building a spouse account. So like Luke, for a long time, we just got his account to Emerald and we just kept it at Emerald, and we added people occasionally, but we didn't really start actively growing his account again until more recently. So now it's more of a focus. But I just want to show you, this is our first month as a coach. And so you can see he didn't make anything because, like I said, it was just like nothing. So there was nothing in the volume in his paychecks because we were just starting. So we were barely making anything. But this was in May, and you can see that he was making, just simply from his placement, and this is just all volume, guys, because we were not selling a lot of, we were not placing customers under him, so he wasn't really getting a lot of commission So he wasn't getting any of the retail. This was just strictly volume from the team under him, just strictly from where he's placed. And so you can see, you know, 350, 250, 1,200, you know, 942. Again, this is 7 years later, but still it's coming, it's residual income coming in from the team, from building the team. So it's nice. This is not something, this is why it's like looking at it like an investment, because it's not something you're going to see like the like right away. You're going to see the return, the ROI, the return of investment. It's something to, it's more of a long-term strategic placement, is why we're telling you to make sure you have someone that is a controlled account. So understanding team volume a little bit. And again, this is me. I threw this in here just because, again, I think it's really important the more you guys hear about team volume and start trying to understand it and learn it. So team volume is generated by the sales of the coaches in the left and right legs of your entire downline, regardless of depth. So when the accumulated team volume totals 300, with 100 coming from one leg and 200 coming from the other leg, you earn a cycle. And that's when you hear us saying we're cycling, that's what it means, we're cycling. So the 300 will be used for the cycle and then deducted. And then every single time you have 300, you cycle once, you cycle once, you cycle once. And then anything that remains will be carried over to the next cycle. So what does all this mean? So basically when you're an Emerald rank, you get $14 per cycle. When you're a Ruby rank, you get $16 per cycle. And when you're a Diamond rank, it's $18 per cycle. We always say our first, it's Emerald, and then our next goal is Diamond. And Diamond is like, think of it as like getting paid, more hourly in a way. Like it's kind of like you're getting more bang for your buck. You're getting, it's $18 per cycle as opposed to $14 per cycle. And then what ends up happening too, and this is actually what ended up happening with me and Luke, and we're just like a great example of this. So at every rank, you actually, there's a cap of how much you can make in team volume for the week. And these are all weekly. And then this is annual. So you can see here weekly. So as an Emerald, you can make $250 max as a Emerald coach from team volume from cycles alone. So that's a max. And the way they do, the reason why they do this, I believe the reason why they do this is so that they encourage you to always keep growing. So that people don't just stay stagnant and expect to just keep like growing in the money. And like, especially if they have like a big organization, it really requires you to stay an active contributor to your team and being a leader. So actually what ended up happening with Luke's organization in the beginning of this month is we had reached this. And what sucks, I'm just sharing it because it was like a real life example. What sucks is that once you max at 250, whatever the surplus is, you lose it. You lose the money. So we were just like losing money every week because we had capped. So we were like, we need to get you to Diamond real fast. And that was our major goal, because you could see at Diamond, the cap now is 2,000. And so now we have more wiggle room in terms of volume of what we can make every week. And then it keeps going up until 15 star. So it keeps every time you add a star and every time you add a leader into your organization, you have a little bit more earning potential of what the cap is for volume. So this is just residual ink. This is just the volume production. So again, going more off of this. So for example, let's say this is you and all the pink coaches are yours, right? And I say here, and so you see all of these, let's say this is my coaches and these are my coaches as well. So the blue and the yellow are my coaches, right? Because I'm adding people and they're coming in. So I say here, how many coaches do you have in this diagram? So how many coaches do you have in this diagram, guys? I said, this is you. Exactly, Kate. So 4. So you'll see, so like if you go into your graphical tree and you're like, you're looking at yourself and you're saying, who is Jane who's underneath me? Like, I don't understand. What I need you to understand is that we grow down. So that Jane is probably just a coach that's come into our team that has been placed either by me or someone else above you, and they're being placed under you. Just know that if they're under you, that's a good thing, because that means you're going to benefit from that volume. So just know that. But that's why, and I'll go a little bit into that. I never think we should look at the graphical genealogy in the back office, because it's incredibly confusing. I never look at it, guys. So I always just kind of draw out my organization, like old school pen and paper, like just kind of like a little, I'll show you even right here. I literally just draw it out like a left and a right. And I just write all my coaches down, and I just know, that's how I know how many people are on my left, how many people on my right. And you can actually look at it in a much more clean way online. And I'll show you at the end, just remind me to show you how to look at your personally sponsored so that I remember to show you guys. So what this is showing you is that everyone on the left side, so they're like two teams. You have the left team and you have the right team. So think of it like the left team and the right team. So you have two teams. Whatever anyone sells or buys on the left will contribute to the volume, okay? And then whatever everyone sells and buys on the right contributes to that volume. And the way that you cycle is it has to be a 2-to-1 ratio. It has to be a 200 to 100 ratio. So one of the legs has to have at least 200 and one of them has to have at least 100 in order for you to cycle once. So that's like a rough, again, like I said, this is going over your head, then don't worry about it. Just know that we go over this over and over again. I'm just kind of like planting the seeds so that you're like, what is this volume thing? So that you guys have a little bit of an idea. And then this is just giving you an idea. So team cycle bonus goals. So for example, if you want to make $25 a week just from team cycle as an Emerald coach, you would have 200 on one leg and 400 on the other. If you want to make $50 a week, you would have 400. You would need 400 volume on one leg and 800 volume on the other. If you want to make 100, you would need 816. So you see it's 2-to-1, 8, 16. So it's 8, times 2 is 1,600. So 1,100 on one side, 2,200 will bring you $150 a week. So these are like the kind of volume goals that you guys are working towards. None of you are going to be at these goals yet, but these are just like objective numbers that you guys can like work towards and just have an idea about. So, the reason why Emerald, and this is why getting to Emerald, because when you start getting to Emerald, you start storing the volume. You guys understand? Even if you're not cycling yet, you start storing the volume. It isn't until you get to Emerald. If you're not Emerald yet, every week the volume is washing out. It's washing out because you're not storing it yet. And so even if you don't have the 200 to 100 ratio, it's okay. It will bank it. They bank it in your banks on each leg. So that's really the benefit of getting to Emerald really fast, so that you can start storing the volume on one of your legs. And then you'll see here, so this was my 3rd week of coaching, July of 2013. You'll see here I have just my retail commission. I made $89. And then I signed up a coach, which is the fast start bonus. So I made another $80. And so 3rd week of coaching, $169. That was my paycheck. And I consider myself a fast starter, guys. I was a fast starter, meaning I signed up and I went from never posting on social media to posting 3 times a day. Back then we had to post like 3 to 4 times a day. So, and that was like on your feed. So so if you're struggling with 1 post a day, imagine like 4 to 5 times a day of posting on. So it was crazy. I'm so glad that changed. But it was like, that's what we had to do back then. And we didn't have stories back then. But I had a very good warm market because I think also I was just so excited. And I'm telling you, excitement attracts people. Even if you don't even know what the hell you're doing, if you're excited about it and you like look like you're excited about it and you're happy about it, people are going to be like, what is she doing over there? She's like, she's doing something over there. She looks happy. She's smiling. She's dancing. She's like having a ball over there. Like, I want some of that. So that's what's going to happen, when you're excited. So just be mindful of that. Energy is so important. So, so, so important. So this was back in, it's about 2 weeks ago now. This was in June, the 1st week of June. So you'll see, and this is what I want you guys to see. Look, my retail commission is $42. I didn't really sell that many challenge packs. I didn't sell too much. I only sold, it was like $42 was my retail commission. Because at that point, I think I had sold 1 challenge pack and then my subscription, which is nice, was $149. Because again, this is a weekly paycheck. We get paid weekly, guys. So this was like any subscriptions, any bod that had just renewed in the prior week, I get the subscription for that. So that comes in here under the subscription. And then you can see the team bonus was $1,300. So again, that's the residual income. That's the kind of from the cycles. So that's what grows with time. And that's the part that we're all like, that's why people come in, to network marketing and direct marketing is because of this part right here of growing a team and getting people and building community, guys, because that is what builds, you know, a successful direct marketing business, which is the industry that we're in. And then you can see here my matching bonus. So basically 10% of this is $177. And so like, not of this, I'm sorry. It's not 10% directly of this, but basically the way this is 10% of whatever any of my downlines. So Luke had also gotten some team bonus. So I got 10% of his. Ariel had some team bonus. So I got 10% of hers. And that's what this amount comes from. And then the fast start bonus, I had signed up a coach. So they always present as like a fast start bonus. And so my total was, you know, almost $1,800. And so, which is a pretty nice, you know, check. So, you know, for, you know, within Beachbody. So I was really satisfied. So I'm just showing you guys so that you can see like just how the compound effect of just staying with this business over many years and growing your team and your network. So how do you stay active? So you stay active by having 50 PV. And so this is important because a lot of people, especially when it comes to signing up their spouse, I'm not saying with your spouse's account, you need to be ordering Shakeology, for example. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to be spending $100, you know, over there, you know, to keep your spouse active or your parent active or your sibling active or your friend. All you need is 50 PV to stay active. So it could be Shakeology or the Performance Stack, which is the Energize and the Recover, or it could be any combination of, you know, you could just get the Recover, for example, which is 52. Maybe you want to get these beach bars thing, guys. If you have not tried these beach bars, they're like amazing, especially if you have kids. You know, this is an easy way to stay active. You get 2 boxes and you're at 60 PV and you're actually using the product and like you're enjoying them. They're amazing. So if you haven't tried them, put it on your goal to try it over the next couple months. They're really good. I like the almond coconut. There's like an almond crunch one or something. And I like the peanut butter one. Our collagen, people love our collagen. Carla, if you guys know Carla, she calls it Botox. She's such a good marketer. She literally is like, I'm drinking my Botox, and like people are like buying it from her. It's like great because again, people want to look good, right? It's like you have to understand, you got to give people what they want. People want to look good. People want to feel good. People want to, you know, this anti-aging, the whole market of anti-aging, right? So it's like, you know, take advantage of that. You know, you got to give people what they want. I always tell people, you know, it's like, those who know me really well or who have been mentored by me very closely know that I love personal development and know that I really want to help you grow in your mindset. Like, honestly, that's what I care about. I care more about you growing in up here and yes, I care about you changing your body and I care about you getting healthy, but I care more about you being healthy up here and you being happy and joyful in your body and in who you are and your self-worth and self-confidence. However, I know that sometimes that's hard to, in a way, sell sometimes. You know what I mean? So I know people want to look good, feel good, fit in their jeans, look good in a bathing suit, look good for an event. So I'm always, you know, so that's why I give people what they want. You know, I market for, you know, looking good because I know that's my hook. That's my way to get them into my inner circle so that they can start working on themselves. And then with that, once they know and love and trust me, then I can really dive in deeper and be like, let's work on your mindset because that's really going to change your life. And now they're a part of the network, they're part of the community, and they start working and they start changing their lives. So that's like my funnel. But so you'll see here, so you can do the Hydrate. Our Hydrate is amazing, guys. It's a natural electrolyte replacement. So like if you have kids who are in sports, if it's really hot and you need to be hydrating yourself, this is a really great product. We actually, the Hydrate and Recover are used in the Ironman triathlon. It's actually it's like what their like main, like one of their main products in the triathlon, which is really cool, in the Ironman, which is really cool. So again, so just thinking about that, and obviously Energize, you can always buy Energize and then buy the traveling sticks if you want to stay active. So again, many different ways that you can stay active. You can get the Boost. We have our Power Greens, which is 1 serving of vegetables. We have our Focused Energy, which is 100 milligrams of natural caffeine. And I like this one because it's almost like a slow steady of like energy that you get. And then we have Digestive Boost, which is natural fiber for people who have trouble with constipation and things like that. So we have different things that we can offer people. So just, you know, don't get so tunnel vision in just the challenge packs. Realize that we really do have a wide variety of products. And we have even like the detox and the ultimate reset, which is our 3-week detox. So misconceptions, like I said, you don't have to order a ton of product under your second account, or someone else doesn't have to order a ton of product. They just need to be they just need 50 PV to stay active. That's it. So just know that. And what I tell people is, if you're going to sign up a spouse or a parent or whatever your controlled account is, I always say, don't just buy products that you're actually going to use. Like, don't go buying extra stuff that you're not going to use. I don't want you spending money that you're not going to actually use. Like, I will be the first one to tell you, don't buy it then. But like for me, with my husband, like we go through a ton of product. You know, we both use Shakeology. We both use Recover. We both use Hydrate. We both use Energize. We're literally proof of the product. Like you have to understand, guys, you are your own little mini wellness store. And so you have to use your products. If you had a physical store, trust me, if you had a physical store and you were selling like cleaning supplies or whatever, like you would use your products because you're like, this is my product. And so that's how I feel about our supplies. I use our bars, I use our collagen, you know, I use, instead of going and buying it at Whole Foods or, you know, the collagen and the Power Greens, I use our stuff. So again, just be mindful. So buy stuff that you're looking to use, you're looking to try, so that you're not spending more money than you need to. And then also, so another misconception is that you're looking for people who want to like fully build this business and be with you for life. I will tell you that, you know, people come into this business and we don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to do. Don't put your heart into someone. Like I always say, you need to, I'm not impressed so much by words anymore. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I've been in this, you know, it's my 8th year going into this. I've been in this a long time. So I understand that people have good intentions, but sometimes intentions don't turn into action. And that's okay. And I look more for action. So just understanding that you just need to find 2 people now that are going to support you until you find your next 2 people. And then you keep growing. And you keep growing, you get the next 2 people, you get the next 2 people, and you just keep funneling those people in. And eventually you're going to find people who are going to be building this with you, and you're going to be locking arms with them as they grow and as you grow. Another misconception is that you can't sign someone up because you're new. That's a misconception, guys, because I would tell you, sign someone up, sign your best friend up, whoever, and bring them into the training just like you're doing. Put them into the same pod you're doing. Learn and grow with you. You know, you don't need, it's like, you don't need to know everything. Literally, you just have to say, come do this with me. And let's learn together, and let's, you know, bounce ideas off of each other. Let's keep each other accountable. So you can start, you know, right away with bringing someone in. And then again, and the idea that I don't have a ton of people, no, it's just 2 people, just 2 people that you need to find. And then we're going to celebrate. And then you're going to find the next 2 people. And we're going to just keep doing it that way. So what to do next? So think about enrolling your spouse account or your controlled account to avoid losing money. And then make a list of people who know and love you and who would love to support you. So, and this is something where, again, you know, share your excitement with your friends and your family. And you have to make a list of people and just ask them. And at the end of the day, guys, remember, you are also just planting the seed. You know, you can say, hey, you know what? I'm really excited. I just got started with this wellness community. It's all about working out. It's all about staying positive. And I would love to have you be my accountability partner. Would you be interested? You know, I'd love to send, you know, would you be interested? You know, and then you wait and you see, and then if they say yes, then you send them some information. If they say no, then you say, not a problem. If you hear of anyone who wants to, you know, who wants to be, you know, who wants to stay healthy, who wants to get healthy, who wants to be in a positive community, please think of me. You know, think of me, send them my way. I would love the referral. And so again, you need to let people know what you're doing. People are not mind readers. And, you know, and especially with the algorithms on social media, remember, only 4% of people are seeing what you post. So you have to be very, very repetitive, very persistent, very consistent in your marketing and what you're sharing. Because just because you said something, it's like, you know, I always forget, like I wrote 2 books, for example. A lot of people don't even know I wrote a book because I promoted it a long time ago and I haven't said anything about it since. And people are like, you wrote a book? And I'm like, oh my God, yes, I wrote a book. And like, and they're just like, I didn't even know you wrote a book. I'm like, yeah, I wrote a kid's book and I wrote another book. And they're like, well, I haven't seen anything about it. And it's always those types of things always remind me of how much we need to be talking. And I will tell you guys, You have to be your biggest cheerleader. You really do. You have to believe in the product. You have to believe in what you are sharing and realize that what you are sharing is health and wellness. That's your product. Your product is a healthy lifestyle. Your product is positivity. Your product is working on yourself. That is the product that you can stand proudly behind because people need it. People need solutions. They need community. They need flexible solutions to get healthy. That is the product that you can stand proudly behind, you know, and share with other people. So share with them and talk to them about the fact that you have something you love. And again, this is why we say it's one of our vital behaviors is be proof that the product works, because the more that you fall in love with the product, the more that you're using it, you're naturally going to talk about it. You're naturally going to share about it. So make sure that you're using the products, you are sharing about it in an authentic way. And you just literally put it in your mind that, you know what, I just need to just plant seeds, plant lots and lots and lots of seeds, you know, because it's going to take time for those seeds, some of those seeds to sprout, and then for the flowers to come out and for it to grow into beautiful trees. It takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. So that is all I have for you. So really it's coming up with a list of people. It's thinking about who can I ask to be a part of this. It's thinking about who can be a controlled account. And the controlled account, again, it's just important to have one that's at the top of your organization, because I know I can always go into my mom's account. I know I can always go into Luke's account. I know that if I need to ever keep them emerald or get them active for my own rank, I know those are two accounts that I can always, it's based on my effort. It's based on, you know, what I'm doing and what I'm, you know, and I don't have to be, you know, it's not based on someone else's effort. So I like having two controlled accounts. I personally have two in a way, because I have my mom and my husband. Both of them happen now to work the business, but it wasn't always like that, you know, in the beginning. In the beginning, they were strictly just discount coaches, just enjoying, you know, my mom's been drinking Shakeology and doing the workouts for 7 years. It's been 7 years now. She's been doing it with me all these years. So, and Luke the same. So they were at, you know, they were just VIP customers in the beginning. And it wasn't until they really had their own transformation and they really enjoyed being a part of the community that they're like, okay, I want to do this. So veterans still have their business fee waived. What email address? Oh yeah, I would probably send that to compliance@teambeachbody.com is where I would send that email. But yes, so veterans and military get their business fee waived, guys. That's the question for that. So what I would encourage you guys is, how many of you are emerald already? Okay, so the rest of you. So yeah, it's really just kind of, and set the intention, guys. Like I cannot stress to you the importance of intention setting and the importance of affirming what you want to happen in your business. So tell yourself, you know, I'm so excited to have 2 amazing people who want to join me this month. Or I'm so excited to find, you know, I'm so excited, like say it in the present tense. I'm so excited to have 2 people who want to join me this week. And literally like say it over and over. Like when I tell you, like when it comes to, I'm looking for my book so you can see. When it comes to affirmations, when it comes to goal setting, guys, I have here on an index card, I wrote it down, all my June goals. And I have here, look, I'm 7-star qualifying by 6/25. The power of intention setting. I wrote this at the end of last month. I didn't know how I was going to get to 7-star. And guess what? I woke up one morning and I was 7-star. And again, it's not always about the how. You don't need to always know the how, but you need to set the intention and you need to write the intention. And sometimes you need to write it over and over and over again. I'm showing you here. This is one that I'm affirming right now. I literally am just writing the same sentence over and over and over again. And like I'm doing what I'm telling you to do because it works. Like it works. You have to program up here and believe up here that you're going to find the people and you're going to work towards finding the people and that they're going to come and that your vibration is going to bring them to you. It's incredibly important, guys. You know, what you're in. So like saying, I'm so grateful for 2 people to join my team this month. I'm so grateful to have 2 exciting women who want to build this business with me, right? They even getting really specific. They're excited and they want to build You know, I'm excited to have two excited and confident women who want to build this business with me. You know, because in a way you have to become what you want. And that's what I love about this business, guys. I love this. I love the personal growth of this, because you literally have to become the coach that you want to attract. And it's like, in a way, it forces you to grow. And I think it's an amazing way to grow, because you're rewarded greatly for your growth. And it's like it's truly like a win-win. So it's really, yes. Oh, Kate, military spouses as well. So to answer your question, yes, so both the active veteran and the spouse will get it waived. So that's a nice benefit. If you know, like, military people. I don't know too many military people actually, but there's big military communities within Beachbody. What other questions? Let me see. The Daily Sunshine, is this the single pack servings box? No, I don't think it is. Or maybe it is. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have a single servings box. I'd have to see. I'm not too sure. But the Daily Sunshine, guys, is our kids shake. So that's a nice option if you have picky eaters. Prior service also, I'm a veteran and we live near a large base. I'm also a military spouse. Yes. So all of that would qualify. So you're good. You're basically a coach for free in many ways. And so it's a nice incentive. What other okay, so that's the end of my Emerald call. I'm going to, you guys, if you guys want to hop off, or if you guys have any questions, I have time. Anything that you have that you want to ask a question about or get my insight on, anything that you can think of. Do we have a call for Emerald coaches pushing for Diamond? You know, it's interesting that you say that. We do not have one right now, but I think we do need one. So I'm thinking in July we're going to have one. It's not going to be like a weekly call. I don't think it needs. I think we have a lot of weekly things going on. I think it'll be good as either a every 2 weeks or once a month type call. For just kind of like mass, because usually when we have diamond calls and like those type of calls, they're more mastermindish and they're more accountability calls where we're kind of like brainstorming, or you come in and you say what you're working towards and what, you know, and just kind of, it's really more for accountability than actual like added training. The basic training is all like within the team training and like the weekly team calls. So I would say that. This Sunday, we have Chelsea's going to be sharing about the muscle burns fat. And so I know we're so excited. So many people are super excited about that,